regarding I'm going to be the true king of the United Kingdom and other households. I'm just going to show you what I've kind of uncovered so far. And so there's many royals that share the same birthday as me or direct family members of mine. So I'm just going to go through it here. It's kind of a work in progress. So this is probably going to be part one. Because I don't know the exact, I know that, I'm pretty sure that William II is my great-grandfather. I'm pretty sure he fathered my mom's father, but I'm not sure how George V, I'm pretty sure he might be either my great-grandfather or my great-great-grandfather. And I think he might have fathered both, one or if not both of my dad's parents, because there's links there, so he might be the father of my grandmother Ivy, my grandfather Jack, or he's gonna be very close. Because there's this guy called, I'll just show you right now. And here's the James Cook line. So anyways, so here on the back, well, I guess I'll get to that afterwards. But so here's Charlotte of Mecklenburg Streetlitz. And you can see this picture right here. There's her. And I'm just going to show you a picture of my mom. I just got to find it, so I'm going to pause it. And here's a picture of my mom. I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. And but I could see the relations to Charlotte of Mecklenburg Streetlitz. I thought at first I was only related to her on my dad's side, but I could see the family resemblance to my mom. And because my mom was Danish, my dad was British. Okay, so Charlotte of Mecklenburg Streetlitz, she had kids with Captain James Cook, unofficially, and the result of it was, so here's Charlotte of Mecklenburg Streetlitz. She was a queen. She had kids with Captain James Cook. He was an explorer. He discovered Australia, and he looks like me. And my grandmother's maiden name, my dad's mom's maiden name is Cook, and he also looks like her husband, whose last name is Diggins. I believe his name is John Alexander Diggins. Or it could have been Alexander John Dickens. He went by Jack, so that's why I don't quite know. And so anyways, so that was him. And then he had King George IV, and you can see he looks like me. This is King George IV, and then who was his kids? Then King George IV had let's see, King George IV had I'm just gonna pause it here. There's another picture of George IV, and you can see that he looks like me here. So I'm just trying to see his George III and Charlotte of Mecklenburg Streetlitz and his children. I'm just gonna see here, Prince Charlotte, because George Seymour. Oh, Georgina, there would be it right there. That's my family's line. Is if they didn't die in childbirth, it would be. Because I'm pretty sure it was but George, any Augusta or Frederick is my family's line. Frederica Seymour Cavendish. So she was. So I'm just gonna see here. This is another link to my side. This is my German ancestry, for the Brit side, because I look like the last German emperor, and George V, and George V's son, George VI and Edward VIII, like twins. I look twins to George VI and or Edward VIII. But Augusta, my son was born in August, intentionally. And Frederick, there's one of Queen Victoria, or no, Charlotte of Mecklenburg Streetlitz's children was Augustus Frederick, and he looked like my dad when he was. He looked like my dad when he was a teenager. So I do see the family resemblance here. So I'm just gonna take a picture of that. I'm just gonna pause, but okay, I did figure it out earlier. I'm kind of having a brain fart now. Because George the Fourth, he had kids with. Who did he have kids with? Because it's the royals, right? So just because they were married to somebody doesn't mean that they had kids with them directly. Like there was, I'm pretty sure, Colin Campbell, he was a field marshal. There was an orgy at this royal invitation. Later on, I'll show you. But anyways, Helena, Queen Victoria's daughter, like Augustus Victoria was Queen Victoria's oldest daughter, and she looks like when she was a child, she looks like my daughter, and her husband looks like my father, and her son looks like me and my mother, right? So that's my German link. So, I'm almost certain that William II was my great grandfather, and but Helena, she had a son named Christian. My name's Christian, and Helena looked like me, but as a female. I'll just show you what she looked like, Helena. Do I have it in this one here? I don't have it in here. That's right, I didn't. So I'll just show you some of the proof here. Maybe it's not in here. No, it isn't in here. So some of those screenshots. This was Helena over here. She looked identical to me, and so my family went to a royal invitation, and so I'm just gonna copy this to the Captain. But once again, she had a son named Christian Victor. My name is Christian, and I look like the current Danish king. So there's a system, like I'm pretty sure for the Saudi house, I'm pretty sure it's Faisal, and I'm pretty sure for the Japanese house it's economy for the line here. So, but I'm just trying to remember. So who did George the Fifth had? So George the Fifth, George the Fourth. Who did he have a kid with? I guess I could see who he had a kid with officially. So his successor was William the Fourth. Okay, maybe that's why I didn't click on this Carolina Brunswick. No, he didn't have kids with this woman. Absolutely not. Yeah, no, they said officially he did. And Charlotte of Wales. So he did. Who did he have kids with? Because maybe that was the link that. Because his successor was William the Fourth, who was born August the 21st and June 20th. And who did he apparently have kids with? His spouse was Adelaide Sykes. She was George, Sophia, Lady Adolphus, Lady Augusta Gordon. And then so the mother of Charlotte of Mecklenburg Streetlets. So that wasn't the main line. So let's see. George the Fourth. I'm just gonna see if there's rumors of because with the royals, like, he's Augusta Frederick, so my family's the Augusta Frederick line. Anytime there's an Augusta or Frederick, there's Augusta Caesar. So I went to the Mount Pleasant Cemetery, and there was an Augustus Myers, and my last name's Myers. Well, Meyer. Let's see. What was his relation? Maybe that was it. Relation to, I think he might have been a relation to Queen Victoria. If he's her uncle, then I'm pretty sure he had kids with her uncle, specifically paternal uncle. He was the eldest son, and I think he walked her down the aisle. So let's see. No, King George did not. Okay, Prince Augustus, Duke of Sussex. Okay, that's right. So Prince Augustus Frederick had kids with Queen Victoria. He walked her down the aisle. Okay, so that means George IV. He had kids with, because there was two possibilities. There was this guy John Conway, who could be Queen Victoria's father, but I'm pretty sure George V, he had kids with Queen Victoria's mother, and Queen Victoria's the descendant of that kid. And so this is then, this is Augusta Frederick, Duke of Sussex. You can see how he looks like me, and he was born on January 27th, 1723. My grandfather, Arnie Meyer, was born January 27th, and you can see he looks identical to me. And so I believe he had kids with Queen Victoria, and probably resulted in Helena at least, because Helena looks like me. And so that's the true Cook line, because he had kids with Helena, and there was like here, and this was a royal invitation that my family went to. You can see at the bottom where it says, well, right here it says the 28th of August, and right there at the bottom it says 1871. It says Princess Louise. So there was Campbell's at the wedding. I just gotta go back to another one here. So screenshots. There's Campbell's at the wedding, and this was their wedding right here. This was the people. My family went to this wedding, and so I do see a resemblance to Princess Louise, but she apparently didn't have any kids. And this is John Campbell, and my family was a Campbell at the time. I'm just gonna copy this. Copy this one. Copy that one. Then move to the folder. And then. So once again, on the back of this invitation, it said Colin Campbell. So when I looked up the name, it showed up this guy, Colin Campbell, and he looks like me. He looks like my mother's brother, and he looks like my dad. And so I have a double relation to Colin Campbell. So I believe he had kids with Helena Christensen, or Helena, and I think her name was Christian. She had Christian in her name. Let's see. But her son was Christian Victor. Because I'm related to Queen Victoria many different ways. I have the most relations to her. That's why I'm the true king of the United Kingdom. Queen Victoria, daughter, Helena Augusta Victoria. Okay, so that's why. So there's Augusta and Victoria. So she's also going to be related to the Princess Christian of. Okay, so that's why. That's where it is. That's why I'm related to her, because my name's Christian, and my mom's going to name me after my father, Barry John Diggins. my dad's name is Barry John Diggins Sr. She was going to name me Barry John Diggins Jr., but then at the last minute, one of my relatives' last name was Christensen, and they were dying in the hospital, so she named me Christian to carry on the family name. And so Helena Augusta Victoria, was the Princess Christian of that house, and she had a son named Christian Victor. But as you can see from that picture, she looks identical to me, and just a female. And so this was the man that I believed had fathered Queen Victoria, and he looks like me, Augusta Frederick. And so anytime that there's an Augustus or Frederick, I'm gonna have the strongest relation to. That's why Helena had Augusta Victoria for the women and Augusta Frederick for the men. Sometimes Augusta Frederica for the women as well. That's the clue. But so what was Helena's birthday? She so May 25th and then June 9th. So she's not related, like doesn't have the same birthday as any of my family members. But what about that guy? Augustus Frederick. Augustus. Because they made me born on my dad's birthday, which was October 20th. And here's Augusta Frederick's official kids, and I'll just show you images. And I do look like this looks like it's like Augusta Victoria, Queen Victoria's oldest daughter. That looks like Augusta Victoria, and so, and here he is right here, Augusta Frederick. So I just gotta go to Wikipedia and see his birthday to see if it's any of my family members. Oh yeah, that's right. It was born on my grandfather's birthday. Almost both my grandfathers. My grandfather Arnie was born January 27th, and my grandfather Jack or John Alexander Diggins was born April 27th. Okay, so there's that link, and that's what my dad looked like in high school. There's exactly a picture where he looks a carbon copy of that. So this was Augusta Victoria when she was a kid. I'll just show you what my daughter looked like. There's my daughter now at 22. I'll just show you what my daughter looked like as a child. She looked identical to her. And then the screenshots. Oh no, must have been proof. Some proof. So I guess I'm just going to get some of this other proof here. So here's Augusta Victoria, and here's my daughter. She looks like her twin as a child, and this looks identical to my father when he had his head trimmed. And here's Edward VIII. He was George V's son, who I look identical to. And here's George VI, who I look identical to. And that was George V's son. And here's William II, who I look identical to. And here is Nicholas II, who I do look identical to as well. He's the last, well, that's Alexander III. He was the father of Nicholas II, who I look identical. Well, I don't look identical to, but I do look a lot like. And there's three kings. Let me see if I can find that one. There's three kings of Europe that were cousins of Queen Victoria. And I look like all three of them, but I look the least like the last Tsar, Nicholas. But Anastasia is, I'm pretty sure the Anastasia line did continue. And like here we go. There's so you can see the family resemblance. I'm just going to go like this. cousins that were together. Nice, I didn't. So who's this? This is Christian Victor. So this was Helena. Helena's Augusta Victoria Princess Christian's son. So he looks like me. And this is Helena and her son when they were a kid, and you can see how I resemble her quite a bit. And this is Augusta Frederick and the son. That was this guy's son. And so I look like him, especially in this picture. I look like a dead ringer. This guy, the Duke of Sussex. And then how else was there? I think that's pretty much it. So, and this is the last Tsar, Nicholas II, so the Romanovs. He was executed, but you can see the family resemblance to me. Eyes are slightly different, but you can see how I looked, especially as a kid. I looked like him, but I looked more like his dad, Alexander III. And I'm even related to Catherine the Great and Rasputin. So I have. This is going to be part one of the video, but this is from Captain James Cook in Charlotte of Mecklenburg to current date. But I went from earlier on. I went from Henry VIII, and I'm related to Mary Boleyn and Anne Boleyn, and all those women, any of the kids that survived. Because Henry VIII looks like me, and even Louis and I forget the other guy's name, but there's some French guy. He was an older guy that had kids with the Queen, and I look like him and look like a lot of people. Anyways, but I forgot to show you this. So here's my DNA map. So, as you can see here, all but the white area, I have genetic relations. So I have European, Middle Eastern, African, Asian, Oceanic, South American, and North American DNA. And my dad had servants. My dad had servants, and his dad and all his forefathers had servants. And I had nobility on both sides. And I'm related to Captain James Cook at least by 3 of my 4 grandparents. And possibly on the Lang side of my family as well. So here is the emperors, czars, kings, sultans, and emirs DNA. Anybody like King Charles would have this. Any emperor would have these DNA markers. And you can see I don't have I have longer telomeres than normal, so that means that I age very well. So right now I'm currently in the hospital, and once again I look like this guy, look like this guy, look like this guy, I look like a lot of people. And here I have evolved human biology, so you can see that there's indentations right here. This is generation 1 biology. Here's my back muscle. I don't have any indentations there, and meaning I have evolved human biology. I have a different back muscles than everybody else, because with the royal families, Jesus and Mary Magdalene had a kid, and I'm the main descendant of that. So they've been stacking the Jesus line through my ancestry through a lot. I didn't have this scar yesterday. I didn't have that on my face yesterday. I'll just show you a picture. They're trying to give me a scar on my face. So I looked at some African scars. I'll just show you that I didn't have that scar yesterday. Well, 2 days ago anyways. So here's from yesterday when I shaved my face. I had it then. And so let's see, I'll go through here. I had it then. So what day is that? Because I don't remember having it. There I didn't have it as much. I kind of did have it there too. I guess I never noticed it with my beard. But here we go. I don't have it here. And this is me 2025. So I've been in Canada, they could hospitalize you based on hearsay. And my brother, those are pimples and stuff like that. But my brother, he said I tossed him down a dumpster when we lived in the fourth, and I was 12 years old the last time I lived with a dumpster in a building, and it was on the fourth floor, so it would have been 40 feet. So he would have pinned, he would have fell like that all the way down, and he would have had lacerations, contusions, and broken bones, and if not, he would have died, right? So the doctor, two Canadian trained doctors, my brother told the story too, and they released me without any medication, but an African trained doctor, took the bait. So he's saying that I have a schizoaffective disorder, which I'll just show you. It usually only affects women. So I'll just show you the screenshots of that. But basically, they say I have this because, I'll show you this first. They have a profiling system, and as soon as I challenge this is a nurse. So as soon as I challenged him on person.
Hospital right now. No, I don't want your card. So we're not in a hospital right now. So do you use subliminal whatsoever? What's that? Have you ever used subliminal in your life? No, you haven't.
Anyways, okay, take care, Christian.
Okay, there's a ghost reading wherever you are. So he clearly lied to me, but you can tell by the indication in his eyes, how his eyes moved, that he used subliminal. So here's all the evidence that he tried to set me up with. And so getting all the perpetrators in Canada. And they're not letting me take the picture, but it's alright, it still works. It still shows up because I'm filming it. So getting them there, right there. There's his home address.
So anyways, so that, because that nurse pretended that he was a doctor and he tried to administer medication. So they're saying that, at that point, I wasn't wasn't a physical or mental, there wasn't any physical or mental deterioration. And you could see when I challenged the nurse on film, a police officer ushered him off the film because he realized his culpability. So I'm going to litigate against the Canadian government in the very near future. And so what else was I going to show you here? So I'll show you this. This is you can see where I blew my nose right there. There's mucus that disappeared because I have clear mucus because I've evolved human characteristics. And you can see when I put all this where it's rippled, there was clear mucus here, and clear mucus on this side. But this is the rape compound that they put in there to try to simulate that I have green mucus. And here's another one where you can see where I have clear mucus at the top there. And I posted videos where I did this in person, and right in front of the camera. So you have the schizoaffective disorder. So see screenshots. So let's see. Right here. Okay, so in summary, it's not possible a schizoaffective disorder diagnosed in a 40-year-old male would be considered atypical and warrant a thorough evaluation to rule out any potential other causes for the symptoms. So basically, 1% with psychosis, a doctor will also consider other potential diagnoses like late onset schizophrenia and other psychotic disorders associated with underlying causes. And so basically, it could be medicinal side effects. And so usually it affects women. And so I'm just going to show you here. Where is it? I guess I'll just search it again. But usually it affects women. So he's saying that I have schizoaffective disorder. And so if I were to, usually it affects women from something like 18 to 35, not a 40-year-old male or 47 now. But let's see. Schizoaffective disorder. So it's a chronic mental health and schizophrenia and a mood disorder symptoms that cause dramatic shift in behavior, moods, thoughts, and can last a person's lifetimes. Psychotic symptoms that impact a person's sense of self, perceptions, and thinking. In fact, it refers to extreme shifts in mood, energy, or behavior. And I don't exhibit any of those extreme shifts in mood, energy, or behavior in any of my videos. I just get pissed off. Right, that's about it. And so he's also saying so let's see what that's at here. What does a person, how does one act? I don't have any hallucinations. I don't embrace false beliefs. So I guess that's what they're saying, because I'm claiming, I look identical to these royals. So they're saying that I have false belief. But the doctor, he's not. the doctor's not acknowledging like evidence. Like I showed him evidence of I sent him an email, basically said, hey, I only want to correspond to you by email because if not, it's my opinion as a perceived mental health patient versus you as a doctor. So obviously they're gonna side with you because you're supposed to be a doctor rather than mine. But if you correspond by email, I could use logic and evidence against you. So if you don't respond to this email, it's a presumption of guilt, and he hasn't responded to the email, right? Because it's a presumption of guilt. And so he's trying to say, like, he's denying the fact, because I told him, I'm like, my family had a royal, like I have an invitation that we went to. We used to party with the royals. And like, I look like these people, like they're twins. And so I guess that's why I've never hallucinated. And I've never, so for him to say that I have any of these characteristics, because it's technology. I've never seen anything that wouldn't be technology in my life. And so anyways, I'll just show you the computer as telepathy is possible. Because you can see when I said I've never hallucinated, somebody hijacked my body. So they're crackheads. Because that showed up on film. So I'll just show you here. So anyways, here's the subliminal system that Canada has, and it looks like my face because I control the system with my subconscious. And here's another subliminal that was in my ashtray. And then, what is this? So this is before I was born. Before I was born, Canada was 27th in the world in medal standings for Olympics. And I'm complaining about parasitic humans. And then when I was 7 years old, because they boycotted the 1980 Olympics, Canada was now sixth in the world for Olympics. America went from third to first. And this is the Seattle Seahawks roster. There was Travis Homer. He went to Texas Christian University. My last name in high school was Meyer Diggins, right? So people call me Myers or Diggs. So there's a Myers on the team, there's a Diggs on the team, there's a Britt on the team, there's a King on the team, there's a Neil on the team. So that's Christian Eric Arnie Myers, the Brit King, Neil to the King, right? That's hidden in plain sight. And so I'll just show you here. So I sought asylum in 2019, and Canada lost. Well, they went from $1.743 trillion to $1.655 trillion in 2020 because I sought asylum. And I'm talking about parasitic humans. And Stephanie Meyer, the exact same last name as mine, wrote a book about parasitic aliens. When I did a Google search, they made me stumble across this clue. And I'll just show you how that. So this is another subliminal face that you can see. And there's my ashtray right there. This was in my personal residence. They were violating me. And I was suspicious, so I urinated in a bottle. And this was the nanotechnology that was at the bottom of the bottle. And I had the evidence, but I lived in a place with, they made me have bed bugs for over a year, and the guy ended up throwing it out, the evidence. So anyways, I guess that'll be the end of the video, but it proves that I'm the true king. And another thing, he's saying that I have bipolar. Let's see what this is. So I'm just gonna get these screenshots here for this. So let's see. He also said it's bipolar, so I don't have any bipolar. I've never bipolar is where you have extreme highs and extreme lows. I've never had posted over 1,000 videos, and I've never had any extreme shifts in mood, energy, or activity levels. Each person's ability to carry out day-to-day tasks, mood swings can be categorized into manic or hypomanic episodes, highs or depressive episodes, low. And euphoria, I don't have any of that on my videos. So I'm just gonna. So grandiosity, inflated sense of self or importance or unrealistic needs. So all you have to do is watch. I made a video on YouTube called Mantastic, like fantastic, but Mantastic, where I'll just play a song real quick. I'll play, well, I put a guy in a straight flush in Texas Hold'em poker, so I'll just show you the odds were 3.455 quadrillion. The quadrillion is 1,000 trillion. the odds, because there was two straight flush possibilities. There was a 4 of a kind possibility, 3 full house possibilities, a 3 of a kind possibility, and 3 2-pair possibilities. So when I did the math yesterday, the odds were 1 in 3.455 trillion quadrillion. And so I guess I won't play. This is my R&B song, so I'll just let you hear that at the beginning of it. So I'm not gonna play it again, but that's the song. It's an R&B song. It's pretty good. Like you can hear my voice. So they changed it here. Like they showed this other one where they did that intentionally. Here we go. But here's me showing my evolutionary gene. It's not grandiose beliefs. Like, I doubled money in the stock market in 16 days. I've been told by 2 people, this is me, my first attempt hitting the crossbar, and this is my son, his first attempt with a soccer ball. Like, we're the best athletes on the planet. First attempt. So he filmed me. I tried once. He paused it. I walked over, grabbed the camera. I filmed him. He tried once. Right, so I'll just show you here. So this isn't grandiose belief. So the doctor's not allowing me to show evidence.
Here's some of that.
He's not allowing me to show evidence here. So now I'll just show you here. Okay, so where is that? So
Leave Velvet's alone at last, Emma.
So I wrote a country song. Oh, I'll play one actually that I don't want to play. But where's the home? Here it is. But okay, they're not doing this. They're not showing it. Oh, here it is. But here's me, like this video right here, quantum computing type brain. So here's where I had 2 random numbers, and I'm holding a conversation. So I'm holding a conversation while I'm doing math with part of my brain. So showing that I could use two parts of my brain at the same time.
But I'm gonna write down any 2 numbers and simultaneously talk while I'm doing some math. And the numbers are gonna be 78 times 48. So 78 times 48. So being able to think about my brain being the influence for quantum computing is very simple, because I'm able to do this because I have that genetic advantage that other people don't have. So very simply, I was able to come up with 3,744. Let's see if I'm right.
So I was right. So I came up with that. So I guess one song I haven't played, I put people, well, Summer in Those Jeans is a country song, which is pretty good. But one song I don't really play too often is Poker Dancer. So I'll play that one for you. I like poker, so basically this is my theme song. If I was to be at a final table, I'd play Poker Dancer when I came in. But it's really catchy. Summer in Those Jeans, Poker Dancer.
So this is Poker Dancer. He's the poker dancer. He knows the answer. He makes the bets. She gets wet with temptation. He's a sensation that people be craving. He's so amazing. From nation to nation, his sensation, a living legend. His acts are never mentioned. He tries to liberate your mind. It's only a matter of time until he shines, because he is the poker dancer. He knows the answer. He makes the bets. She gets wet with temptation. He's a sensation that people be craving. He's so amazing. She shows a grin, much to his chagrin. At bet, flush with sweat, he calls the sea the river. She makes her best bluff, holding a royal. He surely bluffs, because he is
the poker dancer. He knows the answer. He makes the bets. She gets wet with temptation. He is a sensation. The people be craving. He is so amazing. So I could read that time.
So I start to cursor. So it's not grandiose beliefs. You can see how talented I am. So you'll just see here. So once again, I was told by 2 people I'm the smartest person that they've ever met. And I've been the first in the world in 2 games. Most people have been the first in the world in 2 games. And let's see here. Miss Meyer Diggins. So I've been the first in the world in 2 games. And so this is so that was Dirty Hands, Clean Money. So that's, so let's see. That's not bringing up there. I guess I gotta go here to sponsor my subscriptions. Time watch your video playlist. Other subscriptions. That's my routines. These are all for my channels. So just click on this so I can open it up. So I'll show you how I put them on a straight flush. And once again, I doubled my money in the stock market in 16 days. I came up with a new strategy for Sudoku and a new strategy for blackjack.
The king of the club's coming. That's you. Because I went all in. So I lost with ace 10 versus ace 2.
So basically, for this situation to occur, when I had when I put them on the straight flush, you would have had to play for let's see, what was it? So you'd have to play for 172,780,165 million lifetimes. Oh, I forgot that. 20 million hands each lifetime. 20 million hands. Each of those lifetimes. Situation to occur. So you can see that because there's 2 straight flush possibilities, so I'll just show you the tiles.
And then they hit the miracle club. That's typical, right? Typical experience on Poker Stars. I flop a flush and I usually lose, so that's no good. Usually when I go to a new city, I Google, let's go to the grocery store and grab some bananas or some bread and run a flush draw. Let's see how this works out.
So you can see here there's the Jack of clubs, the 10 of clubs, the Queen of clubs, and the 9 of clubs. So he could have had the 8 of clubs straight flush, the King of clubs straight flush. He could have had 2 queens for the 4 of a kind. He could have had pocket jacks with the 2 queens for the full house, pocket 10s with the 2 queens for the full house, pocket 9s with the 2 queens for the full house. He could have had 1 queen for the 3 of a kind. He could have had 1 jack and the 2 queens for the 2 pair, 1 10 and the 2 queens for the 2 pair, and 1 9 and the 2 queens for the 2 pair. So those were all the possible combinations.
It's only $2. I have to call because I have the nut flush, but
And I had the highest possible highest possible flush draw, like flush at that point. Like I had the highest possible flush, like other than the straight flush. Like if there wasn't a straight flush, I had the ace high flush, so I would have won the hand, unless they had the 4 of a kind or a full house.
there's a straight flush and a 4 of a kind. So I think he might have the king. He had the king. So I would have folded if it was more
So I'm just trying to get sponsored, so that's why I made the call with with the straight flush, even though I knew I was going to lose the money. Like, I was trying to get sponsored. I came first out of 8,000 in the poker tournament before. I came first out of 1467 in the poker tournament before, and I came first out of 1252 in the poker tournament before. That's not grandiose beliefs. These are facts, right? You know, I'm very talented. You know, all you have to do is listen to Alone and Last or Summer in Those Jeans by Chris Meyer-Diggins. And then I made a new one called Trippin'. I guess I'll play that one. It's a country song I just made. While I've been in the hospital, I made a reggae song, and what I did was I found free reggae beats online, and I wrote a song to the beats. But then as soon as I tried to play, record it with my screen recorder, make the video with my cell phone, you can hear my voice basically. If not, I'm like, with my Jamaican accent voice, man, I'm just coming across like this. I just Google searched it because I'm the most talented man on the planet. Because I could adjust the testosterone or estrogen in my voice. I'm able to manipulate anything because I have enhanced human creativity. Right, so I wrote a song called Panty Remover, Modern Casanova, and then Referee, Salacious. And let's see here, so I gotta go to subscriptions. Where was that again? Subscriptions. So here, subscriptions, I want to show me that, there we go. This would be this one. This is I think this is my new account. Oh, it's this one. That's this one, here we go, I can go here. Your videos, and you'll see that I have very few views, because I'm an evolved human, and Poker Hero, that's a good video. Your Kid's a Plant, and the fire word paradox is basically it's how you say the words. It's kind of funny, but these are paradoxes that they flirting, Father's Day, life hacks, pimples, cigarettes, hug my phone, Game of Thrones, Super Egg. Super Egg's funny. I emasculate people, that's why they hospitalized me. So anyways, I was hospitalized May 5th. And the letter that said I needed hospitalization was dated May 9th. It'd be equivalent to getting arrested before you robbed a bank. Right? So how could they possibly write the letter 4 days after I was hospitalized? Right? They couldn't. They Blessed Up is the reggae song. So it's Trippin'. You know, I wrote this for somebody to do a country song. Oh, here we go. It's a country song.
And I'm just going to go over so lost for words, how absurd, how to gain the nerve, how to think of something fast. I'm hoping to make this one last. Tripped over my jaw, if you could only see what I saw. I could tell it was more than her body. She made something change inside of me. She made me the man I was meant to be. Just like in Texas Hold'em, I was all in from the start. Like my life was meant nothing up until this point. The point was mute. My brain could hardly compute what to say, but my smile did. And she seemed to notice. Tripped over my jaw, if you could only see what I saw. I could tell it was more than her body. She made something change inside of me. I knew she could set me free. When I looked into her eyes, I was mesmerized as her souls melted. If I could only tell you how this felt, the elixir of love, this is my only drug. If I was inside of her, I wouldn't want to close my eyes, as her souls had nothing to hide. I knew if I were to die at the end of this moment, I knew I wouldn't be disappointed. I started to blush, could tell this was more than a crush. Tripped over my jaw, if you could only see what I saw. I could tell this is more than her body. She made something change inside. She couldn't seem desperate, so I couldn't seem desperate, so I checked myself. Complimented her on her style. She gave me the most beautiful smile. This drove me wild. Tripped over my jaw, if you could only see what I saw. My heart began to race. I wanted to suck on her lips and see if her lipstick had a taste. I have eyes for no other, like there is no other. This woman is the only one I see, even if I were meant to live for eternity.
combination which I thought nobody could solve. She was like a pussycat toying with me like a mouse. Words could barely come out of my mouth. Couldn't stop smiling. I wouldn't want to make my move until she was ready. I'd read all the signals anxious like I wanted to yell bingo. But I would wait because I know this is my fate. When the timing is right, I'm going for more than a night. I want her for life. And make this woman my wife. Tripped over my jaw. If you could only see what I saw. I know this is meant to be. She's the puzzle piece that I needed to set me free. Spiritually, she is my ecstasy. I was smitten. She was playful just like a kitten. So this is kind of a song I wrote for somebody else to perform. But anyways, Kelly, I hope you love it.
So anyways, I wrote that song, and basically the premise of the song is to like for somebody to have like for a country wedding song, and for somebody else to perform, basically, and you know, because I don't have the right twang in my voice. I wouldn't want to do a twang voice, but well, I guess I'll play I'm a Ninja. I do it in a bit voice. I don't normally play this one, so I'll do that. Descriptions and elements. Fire dance. Videos. Okay, so how do I set channel like this? Is it channel? There we go. So and this will be the end of the video. So the videos where wrinkles are gone within days. What am I gonna do? Here we go. I'm just gonna jump to it as soon as I.
She's with her man, but you can see her walk, that she's confident with her body. Walking heels and what have you, right? So, but then they just try to hijack us.
But you can see how I have wrinkles on my face that I don't have now. It's because my body's rejuvenating. But they gave me a scar on my face since I was going to make fun of some people tomorrow. You know, I'm going to post some videos about people that like to take their teeth out because they didn't think they need teeth. They have wife snatching competitions. They beat each other with sticks. They spit on their hands as a form of greeting. But they have a literacy rate of like less than 70%, and they think they could hack the most important biology on the planet.
Psyche to the bottom last, so that shows the one perpetrator. But anyways, this is a fun song, and I'm gonna do it in a Brit accent. So let's see how it goes. Now that nobody's around me. I'm a ninja, just for fun. I'm a Singapore, never been with a yell encore. Keep wanting more. For good people, I'm always on the score. Even if they died, I got the fire in my eyes. Sharp with the games, I keep getting fame. To those that complain in the ranks of insane, they play the switch, culpable little men and bitches. Especially big or small, if we tangle they surely would fall since I'm a ninja, the hypocrisy is easy for me to see. Cheerio, not my cup of tea. Seen behind the curtain, with death they'd be flirting, young through old. Getting all you freaks, all I hear is what the devil speaks. By your feet, your complicity, always hacking me to see the metrics in the subliminal realm as my feet have to be hacked by technology, by multiple people, as I can feel these parasites as that car drove by, the sound of the car. Connected to me, I hunt their psyche, which is easy for me. I own their soul because I'm life's test. They sold it to the devil and he is my bitch. Because I could never voluntarily sell my soul, even if I were to see it. So I'm free from its grasp. You electronic violators are a pain in my ass. They tried to make it look like there was a double space between electronic violators, but there wasn't. I'm a ninja. I got moves like Jean-Claude Van Damme. They have to compete as if an AI man, aka a cyborg, but they're in my world. Bring them back to school. They drop in rankings. They just got a spanking. I'm a ninja with sarcasm, angles they couldn't even fathom, never condescending. If I did, you were a prick, as
cause I'm easy and slick, like James Bond. I'm always on. That's my fan.
So anyways, that's my song I'm a Ninja. So if you look here, normally they would make me have gray hair, and so right there I'm going to try to make this turn black on camera, and I did. So you could see, so I'm just going to take a picture of this. So anyways, it shows that, because I'll show you proof how my gray hair changed. Because I'm able to control it with my brain. I know how they cause gray hair now, my brain. So I'll just show you here. So that was this one. So where is it? Oh, it must be in proof. And this will be the end of the video. Screenshot proof. So that's how gray they made my hair before I got to the hospital. And then this is you can see I was making my hair come in black after it was already gray. Right there. And you can see this was dated it was June 16, 2025. And like that's how it looked like. So it was gray at the bottom, but you can see I was making it come in black. And as you can see right now, it's coming in black, so it shouldn't be gray ever again. I'll just show you here. This is Generation 1 Biology's feet. You see there's an ankle right there. There's no bones right here, ridges right there. Here's my feet. You can see how there's my ankle right there. I got a bone right there and a ridge right there on both sides of my feet. And I'll just show you right here. A sternum that nobody has. I got a bone right there that nobody has on the planet. And I'll just show you my abs. My abs are different from anybody else on the planet as well. So they can't deny that I have evolution, but the hospital isn't giving me an x-ray to show my proof. So I'm going to litigate against them. I called this patient psychiatric advocacy office, and they don't advocate, because if they advocated, they would have demanded an x-ray from me. So they don't advocate whatsoever. But you can see my sternum right there, and my abs are different. There you can see that my abs are different, and right here I have different abs than those people. And here's what my abs typically look like. So I have different abs than other people. And there's a video I already posted many times showing how I have different pectoral muscles than other people. Here's my beautiful parents. I miss them. God rest their soul. She would have been the Queen of Denmark, and he would have been the King of England. But they were murdered. He was murdered at 54, and she was murdered at 60. He died in a car accident, and she died of a urinary tract infection. Basically, dirty pee. Fucking monstrous.